Hi everyone, and welcome to the season finale of the PreCardix Podcast. So happy to have you here, and so happy to have our final guest and the man behind PreCardix himself, Jaran. Welcome.
Thank you, Andreas. Thank you.
How's it been? How you doing?
Well, it's good to be here. It's good to be back. 7 years since last time, so it's good to be
Yeah,
here.
you remember that?
Yeah.
Almost. Jaran and I was here with, what was the program? Marketing and Entrepreneurship Program.
Entrepreneurial marketing.
Thank you.
New York.
Yes.
Yes.
First step towards starting to think about launching PreCardix in the US.
Yeah.
And now we're here. Now we're finally doing it.
Yeah.
Milestone, right?
That's a milestone. Since we started, we have been thinking about the US market. So it took us 15 years, and here we are.
Right?
Yeah.
How does it feel after 15 years? Or did you think it was going to take 15 years?
As we said, we thought it should take 2 years.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of work which we didn't know about. A lot of development, a lot of documentation, a lot of regulatory work and approvals.
Yeah.
So,
and we've done right things right all along. And I know I've learned from you since I started here that we should always do right things right. We don't want to rush a product to the marketplace. So we've done everything we need to do in order to have a product ready for the market.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Good thing.
So we'll talk a little bit about the development process, but I also want to talk mainly about the future and where we're headed from here. But maybe first, when you started 15 years ago on this project, you said you thought it was going to take 2 years, but it took 15. And for a lot of that process, you were working alone as well.
Yeah, I was a one-man band.
You were a one-man band.
I played all the instruments, and I had a lot to learn. But I tried to bridge the gap between the researchers and the industry.
Right.
And connect with people who knew more about this than I did. But at the same time, we controlled the source. We had the will to proceed. And we were very encouraged by this idea coming from the research institution Nofima, that we could make such an innovation based on a byproduct, a marine byproduct that we had a control of.
From the shrimp industry.
From the shrimp industry. That's a kind of, well, it's let's say a little revolutionary.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, but without the willingness from the owners in the mother company of Marealis and Marealis itself, this has not been possible.
Yeah.
And I was so lucky I could take this position and said yes to the position and to develop this further. So, yeah, I'm glad to that.
And we're so lucky. Everyone on the PreCardix team is so lucky that you did, because now we're at a huge milestone. Now we're at the verge of scaling. We've taken the product to the marketplace. We've had success in Canada. Now we're launching in the US with global expansion plans. And none of that would have been possible if you didn't go through all of those processes and struggles and overcame them.
Or if not the owners and the board of the companies didn't want to do this. So I feel very fortunate and very lucky of being able to do this job.
I think that goes both ways.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
But anyway, back to what you said, because I really like that approach about bridging the gap between the industry and the researchers. And that was also, because if we talk about the future here, even though it took 15 years until we now launch in the US, I used to say that we have two things that are quite unique and that are a lot better than we would ever have thought of when we first started this project. One is the quality and the uniqueness of PreCardix and its attributes and how it fits in the marketplace within a very important category. But the other thing is also that exact competence of bridging the gap between the industry and the researcher. As we both know, we come from a place up north in Norway with a lot of fishery, with a lot of aquaculture, with a lot of byproducts from various species, and also with a lot of knowledge from researchers. But despite that, there's still improvements in terms of taking products to marketplace and utilizing those resources, right?
Absolutely. And as I said earlier, we are very well equipped, both with resources and other, let's say, instruments to bring out the best technical products, best documented products. But the market is probably
it's important, yeah.
It's important, and it's also a very big challenge to succeed in the market, because even though you have a really good product, it's really hard to reach the consumer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was also in an earlier episode where I saw the company in 5 to 10 years, and I think, to your point, well, getting over even the next hurdle of scaling PreCardix would be a great first step, making PreCardix available globally and having consumers have that globally. But also, in a longer perspective, I think that's once we take that step, I think we have all the systems in place, we have all the knowledge, we have all the availability of the raw materials to also launch a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth product to our portfolio. And you've been working on a setup for a factory for the future that's supposed to handle products like this from the marine industry, focusing on utilizing byproducts from the marine industry. Do you want to share a thought or two about that?
Absolutely. Let's say that our field of expertise is within the protein or extracting protein and peptides from marine sources. It could be shrimp or it could be other species, as you say. And we come from a region which is very rich on seafood, and there's a lot of byproducts created from seafood production. And we need to take care of that due to sustainability, economic reasons, to create work.
Right.
And there's so many possibilities here. And Marellis have used a lot of resources to build up expertise on extracting protein from and refining the product. We can use this knowledge for more products.
Yeah.
So right now we are working on a very interesting new product and got some really interesting indications, but it's within another field. So more in the metabolic syndrome, diabetes 2 field.
Right. And how much of the learning and the expertise you gained through the development of PreCardix, how much of that will you be able to utilize with this next product?
We can utilize almost everything. Even though we are within a separate field of, another condition. We are not talking about the blood pressure, as I said. We are talking about the metabolic syndrome / diabetes 2. This is something we can do more or less the same way.
Yeah. So the R&D process itself, if we say that PreCardix took 8 to 10 years on the R&D, it's not going to take 8 to 10 years.
It will take 4 to 5.
Right.
Yeah. So
and that itself tells about the learning curve and the expertise that we have gained in our company.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but talking about setting up a factory for processing marine byproducts into more valuable products, we absolutely have a plan for that. But it has to be founded on sales and markets.
Interest from the marketplace.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're basically putting everything on my shoulders.
Absolutely.
Well, I'd be happy to take that on.
Yeah, correct.
Side story, but because you talk about utilization of marine byproducts, and a lot of things most of the marine byproducts are in one way or the other utilized, but maybe not to the extent that it could be.
Not to the extent that it could be. And there's more and more requests for, let's say, marine protein, marine oils, but we can create both values for let's say, food, but also for values which has an effect, a bioactivity, an effect on a conditions or a condition for a human being.
You talk about bioactivity, and we always refer to PreCardix ingredient as a bioactive marine peptide. What does bioactivity really means?
Well, it means that it works on some functions in your body.
Yeah.
But as a natural product, you have to allow a longer period, let's say 6 to 8 weeks. We see that from, let's say, the omega-3 supplements. We see the same from bioactive peptides.
Yeah.
You have to, but then the positive side of having that weight is, or wait for such a much
giving
longer
it a little
period.
bit more time for it to work.
Yeah, that you will have no side effects normally. We don't see any side effects of.
Interesting.
We haven't seen any serious side effects or any side effects at all,
right?
To my knowledge, and that is the reason there is so many bioactive marine peptides in this product, which work in different manners in different ways. So that will be the same with the new product comes up. We see the effect, we do not see the side effects. But again, we'll have to wait for some more weeks than a normal drug.
Raw material and species from the ocean, it's powerful things.
It's very powerful. It's what you say, a treasure. It's a treasure from the ocean.
Yeah.
Where we are only started to dig in among to find all the secrets, and good secrets.
Yeah, so, no, for sure. We spoke about the factory or our own process factory for peptides and for other products, and we talk about that in a perspective of 5 to 10 years. But it's already a project that has started. We're already doing things where the factory may be installed and placed.
Yeah.
Can you share a status for where we are on that?
Yeah, we are now exploiting, let's say, 80% of the raw material into different products. One thing is the cooked and peeled shrimp, making 40% of the whole raw material. Another 40% is the shrimp shell. Some goes to PreCardix, and another product is a shrimp shell meal, which now finds its way into as an ingredient both for fish bouillon cubes and for as a
flavor
ingredient in fish feed.
Yeah.
So, and that's very interesting, very promising.
But factory-wise, I know they've already started. The place where I grew up, Korvikam, the small village where we have the factory for cold water prawns. It's a lot of things going on there with new buildings set up.
New buildings, and new activities.
So we're already planning for that 5 to 10 year process. And maybe that goes back to the willingness to be innovative and to really go and try and do things. Even though we're looking at maybe 5 years until we have X product for market.
Yeah, absolutely. So this will create a better foundation for the industry, and there's absolutely a need to exploit the whole raw material. We cannot go on only utilizing half of the raw material and throw the rest away. We have to use 100% of the raw material.
When you say that, I actually have to tell a side story of one of the first months after Jaran hired me back in 2016. We were in a meeting with an external, I can't recall what type of company, but anyway, I was trying to explain that we were utilizing a waste product in shrimp shells. And Jaran told me after the meeting, you would never call it a waste product again.
No.
It's a byproduct. Yeah. It's not a waste product.
It's not a waste product. But it has been called a waste for many decades.
Not anymore.
But now there is a resource for what we are doing. So no, absolutely, this is a resource or a treasure for us. But we need to continue digging into it and documenting what we are doing.
Yeah. So all in all, it's reasons to be optimistic about the future, also in the field of developing new products.
Absolutely, because we have the best researchers available. We have good owners, which is very innovative, and we have
financial support systems.
We have experience now,
right?
For how we should do this. So absolutely, this is the best starting. Or best point to start over again with a new product.
Yeah. What excites you more about the future? I know that you're kind of juggling 3 different roles in the company. You're the R&D responsible for Marealis. You also are leading Marealis Innovation, looking to create new products, and you also are head of development in Stella Polaris, the mother company. How is it to juggle with all of these roles at the same time, with innovation in all fields?
It could be very stressful, of course, as you understand, but it's also very interesting. So I am so lucky that I get this opportunity for digging into new options. It could be new products, or it could be
new technology,
products related to sustainability and how we could use less energy, phase out fossil fuel, and in order to reduce climate gases. The emission of climate gases.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on, but it's very exciting. And again, the owners and the CEO is crucial for me, letting me having this role. Yeah.
And I think you are crucial for the company moving forward and keep being innovative.
Thank you, Andreas. Thank you.
Well, I think we're getting close to a wrap here. I think we've covered a lot of the history, a lot of the future plans, reasons to be optimistic about the future.
Absolutely.
Any other thing you want to share in this final episode before we wrap up?
No, I think it's really, as the company, mother company, Stella Polaris, it's good owners, it's people who cares about the community. Now we have an opportunity to reach out to more people, helping people with these products, and also new products coming up. I think that's so interesting, and helping people and communicating with people, and it's the best motivation I can have.
It's crucial. It is. Yeah. No, we'll let that be final words of this podcast episode and of this season. So then it's just for me to say thank you to Jaran for being guest on the last episode, and thanks for everyone listening in. And hopefully we'll see you for season 2.
Thanks, Andreas. Thanks for having me.